In the heart of Abadan, where the scent of spices mingled with the rhythm of life, lived Amara. Her laughter was like the chime of cowrie shells, and her heart, a drumbeat for one man, Segun. He spotted her first in the vibrant, sun-drenched market. Laughter and the chatter of vendors filled the air, but his eyes found Amara, radiant in a simple Ankara dress, her eyes sparkling, as she haggled playfully over a bunch of plantains. Later, in a quieter, leafy part of town, Segun, strong and earnest, watched Amara approach. He was dressed in clean, but worn clothes, a soft smile on his face. "My beautiful flower," he said, reaching for her hand, his voice a low rumble, "you bloom brighter with each passing day." Amara squeezed his hand, her eyes full of affection. "And you, my strong baobab," she replied, "you are my shade from the fiercest sun." Their hands intertwined a moment of pure, unspoken connection. But their world wasn't just made of shared smiles and tender touches. The world wasn't just made of shared smiles and tender touches. In a tastefully furnished living room, Amara sat across from her parents, Baba and Mama, whose faces were stern. "Amara, we have spoken," Baba declared, his voice firm and unyielding. "This boy, Segun, he has nothing. No land, no cows, no future fit for our daughter," Mama nodded, her face etched with worry. "Our daughter deserves a man who can provide. A man of means." Amara's face fell, her joy replaced by a deep sadness. She looked from her parents to her clasped hands, her voice trembling. "But Mama, Baba, he has my heart. Is that not enough? He is kind, he is honest, he works harder than any man I know." Walking slowly down a dusty path, Amara was quiet, a single tear tracing a path down her cheek. Segun stopped her gently. "What troubles you, my love?" he asked, his voice laced with pain. She looked up at him, tears welling. "My parents, they say no, they say you are not enough." Segun's jaw tightened, but he took her face in his hands, his gaze unwavering. "They may see an empty hand, Amara," he said softly, yet with fierce determination. "But I will build us an empire with these hands, for you. They will see. And they will know." Segun meant every word. With calloused hands and a heart that burned brighter than any sun, he toiled. From dawn till dusk, he carved wood, mended nets, traded wares, anything to gather naira, piece by painstaking piece. Amara was his silent strength, her love a constant prayer beside him. Still, her parents' doubts lingered. Mama's voice, though concerned, still held that underlying worry, "This love, Amara, it cannot buy food, my child. Your father and I, we only wish for your comfort. We worry." Amara would look away, a flicker of sadness in her eyes, her jaw remained set with resolve. Many whispered he was foolish. But Segun had a vision. He found forgotten skills, saw opportunities where others saw only dust. He learned, he crafted, he traded with wisdom, pouring his very soul into every task. One bright morning, Segun stood proudly beside a small, newly acquired and cleared plot of land, or perhaps a sturdy foundation beginning to rise. Amara stood beside him, beaming, tears of joy in her eyes, their hands tightly intertwined. "See, my love," Segun said, his voice filled with quiet triumph. The villagers began to notice. And even Amara's parents, whose eyes had once seen only poverty, now began to see something else. Not just an empty hand, but the steady, undeniable rise of a man.